This is the most angry I've seen you.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes everybody's angry with my players, and I have to do the opposite. Today, everybody's going to say that the lads did everything right, and I'm allowed to be upset today.
We'll get back to Ruben Amorim in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button so you know when my next video has dropped. And also, if you've got something bubbling inside that you need to express, if you think I'm talking rubbish, if you think anyone in the clips are talking rubbish, or maybe we've missed something that you'd like to point out, put it in the comments. I read all of the comments and I really enjoy engaging with my viewers, so you know where to put them. Now, in this next clip, Ruben Amorim is going to be talking about his team's performance against Liverpool, and you can tell that he's really, really upset with this performance, despite the fact that we were brilliant, and he's going to be explaining why. And after the clip, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on this whole situation too. And I want you to think about, while you're watching this clip with Ruben Amorim, why do you think the team can perform the way they did against Liverpool, but not against the other teams? And what do you think Ruben Amorim needs to do to get a more consistent performance out of Manchester United over the course of the rest of the season? Here's Ruben.
Not a win, and maybe not perfect, but was that a step in the right direction, and maybe a big step in the right direction?
Yeah. Yes, because the expectations were so much different than what we saw during the game. But I think I get more mad because of the other games. So it's even harder to understand some things, you know.
Bruno just said the same thing.
Yeah.
If you can play like that, what's been happening before?
Yeah, because this is not about the system. It's not about the technique. It's about something else, and it's hard to understand even for the coach. It was a point. I think they deserve the point, but it's just 1 point, and I think we should get mad and disappointed more than the other day against Newcastle, Bournemouth, Nottingham. More than that days, today we need to be really disappointed.
Have you just said that to your players?
No, because I have to calm down and to say the right things. We are in a difficult moment, but it's hard to don't get really mad.
So there was a moment, it was around about half an hour into the game, where Maguire crashed into a tackle, De Ligt crashed into a tackle. Is it things like that have been missing that are different today? Yeah,
in the way we recover position. So if we play against Liverpool every day, we will do that. So we have to do it against any opponent, and to understand that we need to fight really bad to get out of this situation. And then the way we play in certain moments of the game, we already proven in the other games that we can do it. But the way we were really competitive, that is the crucial thing going forward.
I don't know if you know the phrase, the penny has dropped. Was today the day the penny dropped, as in the players finally understood what you demand of them?
It's not just the players, all the club, all the staff, everybody. I think it's really clear for me. In 2 months, not even 2 months, it was so clear. I'm saying that for so long. So I think is enough, you know. And again, I'm happy for the performance, not happy for the result, but I'm really, really mad because of the other games.
It felt like we saw the work on the training pitch out there today, especially maybe the early part of the match, the possession you had, the control you had. Is that the result of a few hard days' work at Carrington?
I don't want to say that it was the training that I had. Training and we performed well. I will say it again. Is the way we face the game. Is the way we are competitive. Not just the training. Of course, we are going to improve with training, but I don't want to use that. Is the way we face the game, and that you don't need training.
Okay, so what happened today that must happen against Arsenal, that must happen again against Southampton?
You can ask any fan. You can ask any person inside this speech, they will say the same thing. The way we will fight, the way we will face the opponent, the way we will believe, the way we go for the second ball, second phases. Sometimes goal kick, we kick the ball for the other side of the half of the opponent to fight for the ball. It's so clear that anybody can answer that question.
And I know you like the little details sometimes. So I noticed today that Luke Shaw has travelled with the team. Mason Mount has travelled with the team. When Zirkzee went to warm up, he got a big round of applause from the away fans. Are these little details that help you on the path?
Yeah. They are so clear. I don't need to say anything. You notice, the fans notice. So I think is really, really important. And today I feel that the players really want it. And the important thing is not to tomorrow relax, forget, and then in the next game return to the same behavior. I will do everything, more than the system that you guys are talking about. More than that, I will try to remember these players that we need to suffer in the football match. Suffer is part of our job.
So lastly, then, today could be important if it's the start of something.
Of course. If tomorrow we relax, is the start of the same thing. So it's also my job. So I'm talking here, but it's also my job. But I guarantee you, I am really trying on the basics, and so we have to move on. Congratulations to the lads for the performance, not for the result.
Yeah. This is the most angry I've seen you.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes everybody's angry with my players, and I have to do the opposite. Today, everybody's going to say that the lads did everything right, and I'm allowed to be upset today.
You can tell that he's absolutely fuming in that clip, and I don't blame him, to be honest, because I was shocked myself at that performance today against Liverpool. We were absolutely fantastic, and I went into a little bit more detail about individual performances and the overall team performance on my previous video. So if you are interested in that, please see the previous video. But broad strokes, we were absolutely excellent. Absolutely fantastic. Every single player played really, really well. But the concerning thing is, they only seem to be able to motivate themselves against the big clubs. So we played really well against Manchester City as well, and we played really well against Liverpool today. And it goes back to that old adage of you don't need to motivate yourself for the big games. The occasion seems to motivate it. So the occasion seems to motivate the players on its own. But the key to winning the league, say, because at the end of the day, that's the long-term aim of Manchester United and Ruben Amorim. You know, we want to get back to the top and challenge for titles and win titles and all that good stuff. Now, how do they do that? And the way to do that is consistency. And the only way you can be consistent is making sure you put the effort in every single game, regardless of who you're playing. And leagues are not won at Anfield. Leagues are not won at the Emirates or the Etihad or any of these, big away grounds. Leagues are won against the smaller teams because that's where you get most of your points. If Manchester United lost away to Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea, as I've said in a previous video, but they win every other game, they're going to win the league. And I can feel his frustration. Why didn't we put that much effort in against Newcastle, against Wolves, against Forest? Because this team is full of talent. And I've said time and time again in previous videos that all Manchester United fans expect is the players to put the effort in, because if they do, the team will win games. And we were very unlucky against Liverpool. We should have won. I mean, Liverpool's second goal was a penalty that didn't need to happen, so they got a bit of luck. But our two goals were two excellent team goals. It was well deserved. We deserved 3 points today. We were incredibly unlucky. But the performance was excellent. But we need to find a way to replicate that against other teams. against Forest, against Wolves. And I can understand Ruben Amorim is furious, and I wouldn't blame him for storming into that dressing room and kicking the trainer's table over and shouting at everyone and basically just going to town on each and every player, because I'd be asking them, why can't you do that every single game? It's frustrating to watch at times. It was an incredible match. I mean, it's a funny season, this. It is. It's really, really funny, and not in the funny ha-ha sense. It's funny in the sense that when we play against Wolves, I come away from the match because we've been rubbish. I come away from the match feeling dejected. But now that we've put a good performance in, a really good performance against a top side who were in form, I'm a little bit furious. But Manchester United need to find a way to replicate that. If there's one thing I'll take away from that match today, from a tactical perspective, and this is, I'm not taking anything away from Diego Dallo, he played really well today, but the team did lack a left-sided wing-back. Because the left-sided wing-back who's left-footed would have created a little bit more width today, and also would have made it easier for the team to sort of counter-attack, and it would have been easier for the left-sided full-back to whip some crosses in, because Diego Dallo tends to, obviously he's not naturally a left footer, but he tends to cut inside. And there was a moment in the game today as well where he passed the ball across goal, but if he was a natural left footer, it would have been a much better ball, and it could have led to a goal. For it was the header that Diallo missed. But yeah, so that's something that's just occurred to me that I wanted to put in a previous video, so I thought I'll put it in now. But yeah, I mean, I feel his frustration. It's really nuts. It's really nuts, the situation with Man United at the moment. But I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think Ruben Amorim needs to do to get these players to be more consistent? Is it a case of getting rid of Rashford? Because one bad apple can actually spoil the rest of the team. And I always remember the story of Barcelona when they got rid of Ronaldinho and Deco because they were having a bad influence on a young Lionel Messi. Because obviously Ronaldinho was a little bit of a party boy, and he'd already won everything by the time he was about 27, so his motivation was not quite as on point as it used to be. And Pep Guardiola took the lead and just got rid of him, sold him. And what that done was it sent a message to the rest of the team that he's not going to be putting up with professionalism, and it sent a message to Lionel Messi and whatnot to say that don't turn out like this. We want you to fulfill your potential. Now, getting rid of Marcus Rashford, who he just doesn't look like he cares, do you think that's had the positive effect on the squad that's similar to the Ronaldinho instance? Because based on that result today, and well, more so the performance and the attitude of the players, that seems to be the case. And it seems to have had a positive result on Garnacho as well, because he came on and done quite well today. He got the assist for the equaliser, so that was promising. But is it more of the fact that it was, a big match that stimulated the players' motivation? Or was it a bit of both? I don't know. These are questions that I want answered. I'm really looking forward to the next game where they play a smaller team. Are they going to have the same desire? Because if they had the same desire against Liverpool today, against a smaller side, they'll absolutely batter them 5 or 6-0. But time will tell. Time will tell indeed. But yeah, so what do you guys think? What did you think of the game today? What did you think of Ruben Amorim's, little chat there? Do you feel as though his anger is justified? And what do you think he needs to do to replicate the performance? But thoughts in the comments. Thoughts in the comments. I'm very keen to hear what you guys have got to say. But I'll see you in the next one.